Good morning, everybody. Oh, things are not working. There we go. Hi! My name's DeadM5337. We are on cycle 37, day 1. We are waiting on, essentially, the Earth Recultivator to be finished. It is our last real big project. There's water. Aha. Knew it would come in. Basically, this is our last quote-unquote real project to go and work through. We have our dam, we have our overflow dam, and we have our secondary dam here that is going to keep our water flooding the system all season long. We have enough water flooding in here to where these will run and pump, and once our water level gets high enough, these here will run. And once these run, they'll easily fill up all of the water in our all of our water tanks. No problem. And with all of our water tanks, we can survive the worst of the drought, even when we are, well, flooding this area in order to go and make sure that everything stays green. And like, we don't really need you, do we? We're going to... No, we're not going to do that. We're going to just pause you. Because we don't really need you to go and keep this place green when we are keeping our main channel green. So, this is a great flooding, utilizing that extra hole that we made for digging dirt. Huh. Ice chunk went down my throat. That's a weird thing. Last time we went and added these maple trees in here to give our tapper shack something more to do. We have made it so that some of our trees, even when we are wood starved, will continue to produce more pine sap. That way we can keep our wood shops here full of resin. We are just a little resin starved, as well as a little wood starved. In fact, I think if we're going to be this kind of resin starved, we're going to go over here, we're going to go into cut trees, and we're just going to not cut these pine trees as well. So he'll have more access to pine resin to keep pulling pine resin off of trees, so that hopefully we'll be able to turn these on and catch up and finish our Earth Recultivator this cycle. And all of our pumps are pumping like mad, nobody's business. Awesome. As soon as they get up to the required water, these will stop, and these will just pump throughout until they can't reach water no more, which is good. Do you have overflow? Yeah, okay. So we are, all of our tanks are full up here. So it's just these water tanks right here that are struggling. But that's okay. We can handle them struggling to fill up our tanks in here. The question is, do we want to increase the amount of tanks that we have just because we can? We could. Just sneak a tank in right there. Where else could we possibly sneak in a tank that's just going to supply for everything else and wouldn't get in the way? Yes, right there. Yep, and that's supplied. Yeah, okay. Just sneaking those in for the whole point of increasing our max water capacity. Why not? Figure if I have maximum water capacity last time, in order to go and keep everything green and the like, having just a little bit extra won't hurt. Let's see where these trees are at. 73, that's almost grown. 62, that's almost grown. Our pine resin is up to 30. And we're starting to catch up on wood because these are growing in real nice. That's good. Bad tide is approaching. We're going to turn one of these on. And with that, it sucked up 10 of the pine resin. That is good. We're just going to have one of these on. We're just going to let this one do what the heck it wants to do. We're not trying to bull rush things and drain our resources too fast. We're just trying to keep up. And these trees that do pop up here that are cut down will gladly supply some extra for our colony. Do I really need all these? Not really. We're just going to remove those tree choppers. Seeing as we aren't cutting nearly as many trees, might as well utilize these 3 right here. That should be fine. Still not doing the catalyst, but that's expected. Our maple pastries are stealing all the maple syrup first. Can you not reach there? Okay, I just happened to hit the one tree that was topped off already. Silly. Prioritized by haulers. We're gonna have haulers take that stuff away. No reason for you getting distracted. This shouldn't eat up all your time. You should be completely done with all these. So let's go. Tanks, we're back to building this. Slowly but surely. Ooh, and our trees are actually catching up. Good job. You guys are finally doing what you're supposed to do. Awesome. And some of these pine trees are coming in. What about these maple trees? 68, 60. Okay, so we're not ready for these. There's still another I want to say 12 to 10 more days on the maple trees. So they should be producing by the end of this cycle and this episode. These trees are producing pine resin as fast as they can, and even this, there we are. Even this one tapper is having more than enough ability to keep them all emptied. So the other tapper's problem for why it wasn't keeping everything emptied was literally because it needed haulers. Oh, it's also a regular beaver and not a robot beaver. Aha! That might have been an issue. All of these tanks are full. One is still waiting. And even that one, it's so far away, is why it's the last one to be filled up, is being filled up. So, yeah, we are almost all of it. Okay, good. All before the bad tide actually even happens. That is the important part. What is all of our population being? So everything's there except for the earth recultivator. Awesome. And as soon as we top up on water, I believe this is going to turn off. And once that turns off, then we'll have no... Here we go. We're at 93. Okay. So that turns on, that turns off, turns that off. Two, one. Are you serious? Has this been backwards the entire time? No. Okay. So I did set it up correctly. Okay. I got really concerned that I just lucked out and I had the water set up backwards from the get-go. That would have been terrible. Alright. So... That being said, that is all these turned off. And with all these turned off, the only thing that's adding water to our system is these ones, which we don't really mind them adding water to our system, because our system should be, if not full, close to it. And we can keep our tanks close to full all we want. Because worst case scenario, we're going to have fluid dumps dumping water back into this channel right here to keep everything stable. Alright. Let me go and just move the mic just a hair. Okay. Now we're just waiting. Beavers chopping trees. We are burning through our wood. Our planks have gone down a little bit because the gears are refilling themselves. And currently we are still using up just as much resin as we're picking off of the trees. So that'll be changing soon, because soon these trees will join in, and I'm hoping that that'll be enough to make this one work to its maximum capacity, basically. To where by the time it pulls resin off of one tree, the next tree will have popped resin on it. But that'll be when the maple finally grows up and grows into things. So. Alright. How are you doing? Have you pulled all the things? No, you got these down here. Why are you not... Oh, again, I still haven't switched you to a bot. Yeah, there you go. You're a bot. Bots can keep up the downtime I'm giving to regular beavers, since they only work less than half a day, is what's holding this back. I figured since it was smaller, it should have been capable for, you know, just a regular beaver. But to be honest, this being smaller is just that's more compact. This isn't really bigger yet. Not until these grow up. And then it will be bigger. I keep on forgetting that, you know, if they aren't grown, they aren't big. Our chestnuts are full. We are still just tearing through all of our dandelions. We store 40, but nothing. Our blueberries are lacking still, which is a surprise. I would have thought blueberries were something that we would have been full on, but as you see, oh, that's gonna be our next hurdle, isn't it? Phooey. Is there a tree there? How far do you reach? How far do you reach? Alright. So we're gonna have you on. And you guys reach all the way over here. So, hey, guess what you're going to do? All these dead area, we're planting blueberries. Blueberry, bam. Every little place can have its own blueberry. Oh, I don't know why you're not there. Congratulations. We're going to cut you down. And tree and blueberry and right there. I don't mind. I like them not being marked. Honestly, I like this look better. Boop. And boop. And boop. Because with this look, they grow better. But for some reason, I kept on running into my own little freaking problems, which was stupid. So that's why they were marked from before. But I think we are quote unquote stable enough to where that shouldn't be a problem ever again. And if we run into some things that make me nervous, we can always turn this on and flood this area just enough to go and screw things over. Or tide things over, not screw things over. Silly, silly. This path is its own thing. Do I want this path to stay here, or can I clean this up a little bit? Is the question. This is 4 high. So, So if no. If I just remove the path, then that's no longer in the way. We can go and do... Come on. There we are. Bam. Delete. Yes. Delete. Yes. Alright. So that's there. Now, if we go twofer here, two there, rotate two there, and then is it 3? Yes. Then we can have our path there without taking up such a large, weird footprint. Because we can suspend things, that's fine. There we go. We have our path back, and it didn't cost nearly as much hassle as I was worried it was going to. Awesome. We're using our pine resin as fast as it's coming in. This is going as fast as it can. So we can't build our other workshop, our other wood workshops. But our planks are basically full. So the pine resin is our quote-unquote stop. Drink some water. So... anything else that we can do to increase our pine resin? We headed off the berries at the past, because these are going to take 12 days, and these are going to add berries. But once this is made, that is going to be the end of our season here. And this mini-map challenge will be complete. Because, yeah, there's not much more I can really do. I mean, I could go through and try and terraform more. But if I just straight up terraform the whole map to be what I quote-unquote need or want, it kind of feels pointless, you know? I would like the the map to at least have some resemblance of the old map, you know, before I came in. Because it still has the alcove, it still has this. I terraformed the second dam in front. Woohoo. It still has this mountain range. If you look up above, you can see I hollowed it out. It still has all these cliff edges. Great. It still has this that we went and built up. I do like. So I would have liked to have built this back in with dirt. But I do like that I built. You can see where the old bridge here failed, and where my beavers came in to fix and repair. Just like, yeah, this was the old stuff, and we came in and, you know, just added our own stability to make sure that the old thing still works. Our zipline network goes basically the entire way, so that's not a problem. Our pine resin here is starting to catch up again. Is it because these guys are almost ready to pop? 12, 3. Yeah, you just literally picked. Okay. So these guys are starting to participate in the cycle of pine resin. So that's okay. If I stay above 15, I can add one more. I think I should wait until our pine resin stays around 25. Just because I don't want to assume that we're ready for another wood workshop when we're not. Yeah, because see, we already bumped back down to 2. That was just a peak or a high bump. Nothing worth getting excited about. Haha. No reason for adding another workshop when they don't need one. Paper mills are going. How is our paper? Our paper is going. We need just logs for paper, right? Yeah. Okay. Books are going fine. Punch cards are full. We're doing good on those. Dynamite is fine. Fireworks is fine. Extract is fine. Okay, so just pine resin and sparkly planks, really. Our berries are starting to grow up. They are about halfway in before they start producing or being productive. These berries have already been productive and doing things along with the dandelions. Full of chestnuts, or getting there on dandelions. Awesome. Oh, our tank of antidote is full. That is something that I'm glad to see. That was definitely a drain on our berries. Was our filling of antidote. So now that shouldn't drain on our berries anymore. 300 units of antidote doesn't seem like a lot for this game, but when you're struggling at resources, it definitely is. Boop boop do 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 do. All right, and our water in our tank down here is going down. This is obviously working very well because I feel like it did. I have no proof because I wasn't over here when they were emptying this tank, and this tank was still here. So, but I didn't know, or I'm not having any power fluctuations or power problems. So that means that, you know, I don't have to really worry about it. If I don't have to worry about it, that's a good thing. We're okay on planks, we're okay on mail blocks, we're okay on gears. They're working on the resin still. Our resin keeps on popping up and down between 14 and 2. So... Oh, our scrapyard is actually working. Oh my goodness. Oh, because they require treated planks too. I didn't even think about that eating into it. Oh my. Everything is eating into our dang treated planks. Thank goodness we upped our production of pine resin for the treated planks. Because Lord knows that is needed. Gosh, I hate to do it. We just need more. Alright. Congratulations, all of you will grow up and these will just be the overage that is needed for our wood to stabilize. Because our wood is going back down, but it's not causing us to be in any sort of dire strait, because we seem to, now that we have caught up on our gears and everything else, our plank production seems to be more than enough to cover everything. It's just eating into our wood. Problems that a bigger map would have solved naturally. We're just kind of stuck like Chuck because we have a whittle map. So we're out of space. All the more reason why our tank, or our water reservoir tank, is all basically vertical. If I didn't build automation, I might have considered building this up higher. Because how much higher could I have actually gone if I want to? Let's see. Yeah, I could have built up the tanks up this high, and literally the change would have been I would have had a fluid dump, or not fluid dump. Gosh, what are these? Fill valve. A bunch of fill valves over here, underneath here, that would have just dumped all the bad water out to the sides here. So it would have essentially been the same. It just would have been... Oh, what am I doing? Why am I... Alright. So it would have essentially been the same. It just would have been valves dumping here and them dumping off of the sides of the building. But I would have built up all the way to here to go and hold water. Just because I could. But we built this, so we aren't doing that. And because we built our automation over here, we decided to be more artsy and put power on top of here for these mechanical pumps. So, yeah, all the fun things. 2 more days of the season. Are we gonna finish? No, we might have one more episode, so we'll be able to go and see if these maple trees are enough to go and keep up with the maple syrup, so that we can have catalyst. For 6. Yeah. So, waha. Not much can be done. I think that instead of doing an episode, because I'm really not doing much more. This is literally just a time problem. And the next stage of this right here, the next thing when it changes is when you see this full thing done. So I think I'm just going to, after this episode would normally finish, pause recording, go make myself a sandwich, waste some time. Maybe go and take my dog outside to go to the bathroom, because she keeps doing little whining noises every so often for the last 2 minutes. And when I come back, this will be done. We'll see all of our trees fully grown. And we'll see where we're at the rest of the thing. And look, here, our fluid dumps are already keeping up. This thing is going. We are... Yeah, so we are keeping up with everything. Awesome. And we're almost done. We have 10,000 water. Easy peasy. So... yeah, I think this is going to end up being the last episode of the season. I think I want to try, there's a mod called the Ember Pelts. I haven't really played it too much, but we can go, I can play on a different map and explore this ember pelts thing. I've turned it on, and that's about the extent of it. Okay, that's the end of cycle 38. And with that, we're going to have just a little bit of a time skip. And I'll see you guys in a bit when this is done. Okay? All right, here we are. Oh, come on, load in. Okay. So, running into a little snag. Fill this up. Great, right? Didn't think it would be a problem. But I am out of... Oh, here we are. Bad water. And because I'm out of bad water, I don't have enough extract. I don't know why, because this should have been running every time we had bad water. We should have been filled up, but we aren't. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to hit play again. We are going to remove the bad water pump here. We are going to build... Where is it? Water, yep. Bad water rig. Right there. And we're going to build a spiral staircase right there. There we go. Shouldn't take that long. We almost have the treated planks in stock. Since this thing went and was built. As you see, it is halfway through cycle 38. So our maple here has already sprouted once and been discarded. Our pine have all sprouted pine resin and have been pulled out and discarded. At one point through the stop, I did turn on a second wood workshop. Just because it seemed like it could have been useful. Not that was. We're going to pause one. Just because we don't necessarily need it at this moment. We are working on trees again. This is eaten into our gears and our treated planks. But with treated planks, we're done. Okay. So we ended up keeping up just above what we need for treated planks. Our gears were eating to our supply, but will not run out. That's the important part. So we'll go and fill those back up soon enough. Alright. Da-da-da. There we go. We're just going to do prioritize by haulers. Great. We're going to swap to robots. We're going to get this thing trucking. There we are. Because we don't need to go ahead and what do you call it? We don't need to worry about extract or any of that stuff. That's silly. We don't need these power wheels anymore. Just the windmills are more than enough to go and keep everything powered. That is fine. So we don't have to worry about these poisoning up anything anymore either. We aren't going to tear this down because currently this is part of our power reserve. It's also how our power moves down from up here to over here and across this back wall here. But it also looks like we went and burned through our water a whole lot faster this season. I don't know why, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. We don't really flippin' care. Yeah, so there's bad water. Awful. Where's our extract? Centrifuge, yes. Okay, so you're working as fast as you can. Logs are slowing down point, but that's fine. We're a-okay. We're going to prioritize by haulers. There we are. So, bad water. Yeah, we're already full. So great. We can just bring this back down to 4. We don't need that many in there. It doesn't need to be that productive. Because that's going to be way more productive than our extract can be. Good. It is one of those things where it is one of the few things that the not fairy tales, folk tales have over the Iron Teeth is their ability to go and pump straight from the bad water source into a machine so that they can just keep on dumping bad water where they want it. We are starting to see this move. Good, good. Okay. So that's fine. And considering I've been waiting on the Earth recultivator for all this time, the fact that this took so little time to build and get not only built but fully operational, that is what's surprising me at the moment. So, trees are going. Our resin is doing fine. Our sparkly planks are back up to snuff. In fact, with our resin at 40, we're going to turn that back on just so that, you know, whatever. Have 2 of them, let them actually catch up. Have the 2 bonuses there to go and catch up. Alright. They are non-through wood. These are non-through wood. Fantastic. Everything is coming up Millhouse. Okay. And 1 through a day. We're going as fast as we can. You are just struggling. Okay. So we're going to be terrible people. We're going to delete you. We're going to do power. Just there, like that. Fantastic. Copy you. Over here, rotate, rotate. There we are. Boom, right there. And these ones don't connect power at the corners, which is why this didn't work and why I wanted to go and put this power shaft right here. Because I didn't want to be stuck with, it not working. But here's a second extract maker. We'll make all the extract that, it needs. And this is being worked by haulers, so we don't have to worry about any of that stuff. Yay. Alright. Almost done. That is our scenario. I'll be right back when everything is caught up. Because again, we're just looking at time. Ooh, there we are. Wrong one. There we go. Okay. So, hit the wrong tab. Okay. So, we now have our full extract. We have full paper. Everything is cool and kosher. And we're ready for our final thing of the season. Daytime, and we launch. And with that, we have a completed season. Hope you all enjoyed yourselves. Please be sure to go and like, comment, subscribe. The folk tales have mastered nature-oriented ways and have used this map resources to build a fractions wonder. Having collected great wealth and knowledge, these beavers shared the fruits of their labor with the suffering planet. There's still much to do, but the earth may flourish once again. All of the stats. Days passed, beavers born, water drunk, lots of water. Tails painted, a few tails, yep. Trees cut, lots of trees. Teeth chipped, a few chipped. Bots manufactured, dynamite detonated, almost the same number. And that's it for everything. We are maxed out on our well-being. We are maxed out on everything. We have a functioning colony. Literally can leave and have this run on its own, and they will produce and keep themselves sustained. We even with the extra maple that I went and planted, we are not over producing our maple, which is kind of a bummer, because I would have thought that we would have been at least close to where our maple storage over here would have some in here by the time we were done. But I seem to be using it up just enough to go and keep this continually running. And we are feeding all of our bots enough catalyst to go and keep them running. So we've got 101 bots running at the end of the season. And everything is all put together. So, this is the end of this season. I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. Please be sure to go and like, comment, subscribe. Next time, I think we'll do another season. I've noticed some people going and checking out Space Architect. I wonder if I should do another series of that. I mean, it is a very much its own thing, so you can't really... Each playthrough is basically a cope of the last. So, I don't know. But we'll go from there. Hope you all enjoyed yourselves. Please be sure to go and like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.